Good afternoon, Libra. Welcome back to Will's Cartomantic Tarot. What I like to do is just going to give you your ex-lover's romantic reading, which is valid until the end of this month. And as usual, if you've yet to subscribe, please take some time to make some arrangements to subscribe. And as I go through this reading, if it resonates, go on and give it a big thumbs up, okay? I've decided to go on and use my zombie deck as illustrated as we see here and already shuffled, along with using two additional oracle based decks, okay? So let's get started with seeing the card that fell to the bottom. We have the Tower card. Mars governs this card and it connects with fire signs Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And this card is certainly all about a shock to the system or upheaval and downright, deception and loss, ladies and gentlemen, eviction. And so it seems to denote that an unavoidable change and perhaps a very traumatic experience occurred between you and the ex. And it looks like as if you discovered something that really shocked you, and this caused a separation that, you know, kind of put a distance between the two of you, okay? I'm seeing a lot of family squabbles as well, and many of you, it looks like you may have grown this relationship with this ex, and this connection kind of made you feel a bit restricted. So it appears that a lot of lies came to light, and some of you might have even caught your ex cheating, or you felt ghosted, or in fact were ghosted, and I feel that many of you were very attached to your ex, which kind of inhibited your ability to kind of let go when many of you knew that the time really came perhaps months or years ago to kind of release this person, you know. However, I'm feeling that many of you might still be a bit hurt, but keep in mind that change is certainly inevitable. But the good thing is that if from having some knowledge of the tarot and understand that usually after the tower in the major arcana card, the star follows this card, okay? So after the destruction of the tower, right, success is imminent. So it appears that this union really kind of held you back, and I see a lot of constant bickering and fighting, and it kind of really shocked your system and compelled many of you to kind of find, really a new way of doing things. And many of you, I'm kind of feeling appear still confused or even vulnerable. Some of you might even also be shocked that your ex might be even ignoring you at this time, okay? So let's look at your current situation here. You have the devil card. And ladies and gentlemen, that connects with a Capricorn. And this is all about restriction, domination and bondage, including lust. So it appears that one of you is a bit overbearing and also suggests that one of you perhaps was the other's enabler. I'm seeing a lot of codependency issues here. I'm seeing a strong possibility of pills, drugs, of substance abuse, and many conflicts and power play, struggles. Many of you also are having a hard time getting through this rough patch, I'm feeling with this card. And there also appears to be a lot of gameplay that many of you might, have been experiencing or might be currently experiencing with this X. Okay? So in any event, I'm kind of, really feeling that you feel a bit stuck. Even, a lot of you feel kind of helpless, and you really don't know what to do, because I feel like that your ex might kind of want to be the boss in this relationship or even use you, you know. It appears that even when you have had sex, perhaps in the past, I'm feeling there were, looks like mind games played, as if the two of you would have sex when, there are kind of tangible benefits involved. Nevertheless, I'm feeling that this situation is indeed toxic. It looks like you might need to release yourself without fear, of in fact going into the unknown, because I see a lot of again, drugs, pills, or substance abuse with this ex, and this situation demands a lot of your attention, and I'm feeling that you might have again started nicely out, had a good beginning, but your relationship just suddenly changed. And many of you might even be saying now that it is what it is. And many of you appear feeling more in lust than in love with this ex. And one of you heavily seems heavily dependent on one another, perhaps financially, and I'm feeling that you just seem like you kind of lost yourself with this person and kind of signed really your heart to the devil. This is a classic example, in shows or movies that we tend to see that where, people become famous, they sign their, a deal with the devil, and then things seem appear to be nice at the beginning, but you still gotta, you have to offer your soul. So you sold your soul in some way, you know, and your experience, although rosy at the beginning, it just did a complete reversal. Okay, and I feel that the X really, I'm just feeling that it's going to be very difficult, for many of you to kind of, you know, uh, rebuild things like you would want, or even have the relationship like you want, because it seems that this ex really doesn't want this same type of commitment maybe that you want. Okay, so let's look and see what's kind of moving you internally or inside here. We have the high priestess. Okay, so that connects with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and the moon governs this card. And it's all about wisdom, revelations and insights, and even clairvoyance. So it appears that you both have very important lessons that you've learned, and but you want to kind of, or you're desiring, I'm feeling, to kind of move closer, but you feel it's best that you kind of take things and really take things more at a slow pace, I'm feeling. And you are contemplating the right time to kind of really, I'm feeling really to kind of open yourself up. I'm feeling getting here with this situation with your ex here. Okay, to kind of reveal your real innermost feelings to one another. But you do feel a very strong karmic type pull or karmic connection with your ex, and you realize that a part of your ex's lifestyle or vice versa, you've come to accept that might be secretive. So let's look and see exactly how does this X really feels. And ladies and gentlemen, the energies of these cards could be vice versa. It could be how you're feeling or your ex. Okay, so we have that Nine of Swords there. So that connects with air signs and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and it shows that either you or your area, your ex appear to be worrying a lot or suffering or very suspicious and overwhelmed and just riddled with guilt, even crying, a very contrite type, attitude, and just having a hard time sleeping at night due to things that have occurred between you and him or her. And then you have that Queen of Wands, and that connects with fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And it shows that the X feels that you're still very attractive, ambitious, and independent, and versatile, a confident type person. You are a business savvy, and you or even both of you, you like to have, sex a lot. Okay? And then you have this chariot card here, and that connects, ladies and gentlemen, with water signs, okay? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And it shows here that the X feels, or you might feel that the X is this, but being very assertive or single minded, and someone who kind of puts the needed energy to kind of get the job done. Yet on a negative, aspect, you or your ex may appear to be a bit stubborn or very aggressive. Okay, so let's look and see what potential challenge you might be up against should you do decide to reconcile. We have that Ten of Pentacles. That connects with Earth signs, okay? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and Mercury rules it. This card is all about stability and cohesion and security. So it appears that it might be tough for you to kind of rid yourself of old ways of relating to your ex, and it also might be a challenge for you to remain in this connection due to superficial reasons. It seems that it's more financial, I'm feeling, and you'll just feel, very restricted, that I'm kind of getting here from this situation. And I kind of feel that at any event, you're going to be kind of feel it's a challenge to commit to a more traditional way of a relationship with this person, because the way that you would want to have a relationship with your ex is not the way that they would want to have one, with you. Okay, so let's move right along, guys, and just look at what things might be hidden that you might not be aware of that seems to be kind of coming towards you. Okay, and it looks like we have this have that Knight of Cups there. So it looks like some type of an offer of some sort is going to be coming to you. It seems like your ex is going to try his or her best. It seems to kind of seduce you when you're kind of seeing this situation here. Okay, and I'm kind of feeling a bit tempted here because this card is all about proposals as well as new relationship. So, you know, your ex might extend an offer or a gift of some sort, or they might, kind of want to see you, and you might even receive a social invitation. I'm feeling because I feel that the ex might be a bit narcissistic when you're seeing this card, however, but you'll have a choice. It looks like you'll also meet someone new, okay, as well. So the key here is to kind of follow your heart, but take some time to kind of decide upon, your best step here. And then just looking at here, your outcome card, you have that Knight of Swords, okay. So of course, since it's a sword card, it's gonna bring some struggles with it because it's connected with an air sign, okay, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And what is this card is kind of suggesting is that a condition certainly will indeed change, So despite your fears, I kind of see that you're going to still deal with your ex on some levels, and you're going to feel still that the ex doesn't appreciate you and what you kind of bring to the table, okay? But I still see a lot of bickering, arguments, and disagreements that you're going to have. But try to keep in mind that this ex has a tendency of re-entering your life only to leave it as soon as he or she re-enters. So this relationship might not have any type of staying power. And also, just to get on to these last two cards here, this card is strengthening bonds. Is kind of urging you to try to, work your best to kind of, strengthen your bonds, okay? Because the potential here is kind of great for you to kind of get the stability that you're kind of trying to reclaim in your relationship, okay? And just take some time or take a different approach, as I've been suggesting, different approach unlike the ones that you've taken, in the past, okay? And then last but not least, you have here, you spread your wings, try to keep an optimistic mind about things